Et ça, c'est quoi?
Ça, c'était des choses, des fois, qu'il utilisait là, pour des messes ou des choses comme ça c'était lui aussi.
Known as the dealer of hope and the junkie's priest, Father Claude Paradis thought he was done with the streets when he found peace in the famous Mary Queen of the World Cathedral right here in downtown Montreal. He soon began helping those who were now in his shoes through the church's organization called Notre Dame de la Rue that tries to help the homeless one by one on a spiritual level.
Our organization is called Notre Dame de la Rue, as a reference to the cathedral and me, a priest helping in the streets. I'm not a social worker, I'm not a street worker, I'm a priest. So we are a religious presence. We go further than other organizations. A street worker will give them needles, condoms, food, send them to shelters, but us, we help on a spiritual level. Some of the homeless come up to me and ask me if they're loved, if they can be loved, if people wait them tomorrow. We try to be there tomorrow, so they feel that they're truly loved. We create actual bonds and relationships which last a long time. One time, one of them had cancer and wanted me to visit him at the hospital. He's been to about 13 or 12 foster homes before, and he was only 18. I go and he tells me, "No one has seen me live. Would you watch me die?" We go to different places in Montreal where people are already waiting for us. We're divided into groups and each one of us is in charge of a certain amount of people. Usually they're around 20 to 25 years old, and sometimes there are even minors among them. These people keep telling us, "God bless you, may God protect you." It's always the same thing from one group to another. And if someone gets aggressive, a bunch of them come and take that person away.
Even the few resources that are provided for the homeless are not enough, and not all of them go through the same ordeal nor receive the same help.
Not all organizations provide shelters, though. Some only give the homeless food. For example, as they do not have enough resources. I know how it is. I've been through it. I know what it means to ask for help and to get help. It's hard. It's really hard. When you're starving and you receive something, it's not the same. Even if it's small, even if it's old, it's delicious.
Having many homeless in the streets doesn't just affect our society or our government, but it also affects kids and other generations that are born in the streets.
Kids who are born in the streets grow up to become druggies and have to go through several medical tests. It's a stereotype, but it's true. Because even when they were in their mother's belly, they're already introduced to that sort of lifestyle. They're now programmed to be in the streets.
According to Father Paradis, the government doesn't provide any services to the homeless. Instead, they indirectly interfere with the independent organizations, but under certain conditions.
The government gives the organizations money, which forces them to alternate their methods because the government will train them to certain things. I don't receive any money from the government, so I'm free to do whatever I want. I never ask the government for money or for help, and I never will because we belong to the church. And if I receive money from them, then I'll have to change our name and methods. If we didn't have shelters, we would find millions of homeless in the streets because the government doesn't do anything. To the government, these people don't pay taxes. They cost them money, so they don't exist.
This is Latif for Concordia News.